Good morning, Facebook family and YouTube subscribers. All right, so it's Monday morning. I went to see The Butler last night. Great movie. I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect. I like to kind of go into certain movies kind of blind, so I didn't do any research about the movie. I didn't read any reviews. I kind of stayed away from the previews, the interviews. So I wanted to just kind of go in there and just kind of see the movie first, and then do my research about the movie after the fact. Now, with that said, I want to say something. If you've not seen the movie, you might want to kind of wait to watch some of the stuff I'm about to say about the movie. It's a great movie. Go see it. You're going to love it. But keep in mind, the movie is partially fiction. It is not an accurate depiction of EUGENE Allen's life. They took his life and altered it to create the movie The Butler, even changing the name. EUGENE Allen was a butler who worked in the White House. He was born July 14th, 1919, and he died March 31st, 2010. And he spent, if I have this right, I took some fact. EUGENE Allen, the story is based on Allen's work from 1952 to 1986, where Gaines served 7 presidents. Cecil Gaines is the character they created based on EUGENE Allen's life. So if you're trying to research or get an understanding of who the butler really was, his name was EUGENE Allen. And he worked for the White House. Now, loved the movie. Loved it. But what concerns me about these types of movies are sometimes when we see these movies, many of us are going to accept what we see as true and factual, and not, because I didn't see a disclaimer at the beginning of the movie stating that this is in fact fiction. Since they altered this man's life story, the whole movie really is fiction. Based upon, so it's how can I say this without, it's a partially true story, but because they altered it so much, we got to put it in the fiction category. And because it's just not an accurate portrayal of this man's life. Fascinating movie though. Great performances by some really great actors and actresses. They got some of everybody in this movie. I mean, I was sitting there, as you're watching the movie, you're trying to figure out, well, who is this and who is that, and who. There's a slew of actors and actresses, some of the best people in the industry in this movie. I have to say this. Prior to this movie, I was not a huge fan of some of the stuff that Oprah Winfrey has done. But I got to give her props on this character in this movie. I love the character she played in this movie. I think she was great. The character in Forest Whitaker, I've always loved his work. Great actor. The makeup, my God, what they did to them to make them look aged. I mean, I don't know who did that makeup, and sometimes these makeup artists do not get get recognized for the work that they do, and they did a phenomenal job in this movie. But Oprah was great, very good as the wife of Cecil Gaines in the movie, and I forget her character's name, but she, the role she plays is very interesting, very good. But we have to remember, again, the movie is fiction. So there are certain things about the movie that just are not true. And even her character as the wife was altered to give this movie entertainment value. Maybe his life story was just not as interesting as we would like. It should have been very interesting to me, but I think in order to sell these movies to a mass audience, they have to go in there and do so much to it. And this is where the criticism is coming about this movie, because they took this man's life story and they changed it so much. And I understand the criticism, because a lot of people are going to watch this movie and think it's real. And it just is not real. So we have to be careful about historically getting this stuff right. And if we're not historically getting it right, then it needs to be known that this is, in fact, an accurate portrayal and is fiction. And I don't think a lot of people are going to understand that. So, but back to the movie, great entertainment. There are some scenes in that movie where literally at the first 15, 20 minutes of that movie, I don't like certain aspects of the movie because it makes me feel so uncomfortable. Literally, I wanted to walk out, and I hung in there. I said, let me get through these parts because I know it's going to be a rough ride. I'm glad I did because the movie did lighten up, and there was some laughter in the movie. I cried a couple of scenes in that movie. I did. I really kind of, this emotional roller coaster ride, and I think that's the good part about Lee Daniels in the movie, the director who made this movie. He can take you on an emotional roller coaster ride and take you up and down and around through all the twists like a movie should do, and leave you at the end of the day inspired that there is a hope. I'm looking for the words to say. I don't want to give away too much of the movie. I was going to go into a lot of the stuff, that the facts, what's true and what isn't true. But I'm going to save that for another video because I really do think a lot of people may want to go into the movie and watch it and not. I don't want to give away some of the stuff. Great movie. You will enjoy it. The movie, when we went to see it, it was packed. Went with a friend of mine, and we had to sit right at the front of that theater. I was just staring up at the theater. It was like right in front of us because we got there 5 minutes too late to get good seats. But I heard the movie did very well at the box office this weekend, and as it should. Well written. Although it's fiction, whoever wrote the script for this movie, they did a phenomenal job. Lenny Kravitz, great actor. I mean, there's so many different people in this movie that you would just love and appreciate. I want to see more movies like this. And I really wish Hollywood would make more movies that show African Americans in different light. Now, some people were trying to compare this movie to The Maze, or what is that movie? I don't know, The Maze or something, the movie that came out, but I think I may have the name of that movie incorrect. But anyway, I think this is a completely different movie. I love how the movie moved from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s. I mean, he actually died in 2010. He died on he died March 31st, 2010. So, phenomenal movie. Go see it. Take some friends. Take some mental notes so we can come back over here. And I'm going to do another video later on this week about what's accurate and what isn't. Because let's go over the facts in this movie so we can get this straight. Since ain't nobody else going to tell us what's real and what ain't real. Anyway, I'm going to cook some breakfast now. I already got my eggs boiled. I wanted some rice. I know a lot of people don't eat rice for breakfast, but sometimes I like some rice for breakfast. Sue me. I like some rice, eggs. I might do some wheat toast. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out. There's a bunch of stuff in this house to cook. Sort of. Not feeling a protein shake. Even though I could make one. I got a bunch of bananas and fruit. That would be the easiest thing to do. Blend that mess up, drink it, and get the hell out of here. But anyway, you guys, and go see The Butler. You're going to love it. Just keep in mind, it is a work of fiction. And it is not 100% accurate. So don't be sitting there thinking like, oh, this is true, this is real, this is history. It ain't. You guys have a great day. Give me some feedback, what you thought about the movie. And I'll be interested to read your comment. Don't forget to click like on my videos if you like them. I hope you do like them. And give me some comments and feedback on what you thought about The Butler. You guys have a great day.